have a dream.
We choose to go to the moon.
There's cities to be built, and there's a world to be helped.
I regard myself as a soldier.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight
From where the zipper ends, round under my back to my bunghole, down where your nuts hang.
I guess all of you would say this about your mother.
Welcome to your favorite podcast, History Squirt. I'm Ron Thompson.
I'm Jason.
What do we got?
It's your turn.
What
it's
do we
your
got,
turn.
big boy?
So you're supposed to ask me what I got. I've got Antonie Leeuwenhoek. I actually worked on that pronunciation for once. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well done.
I did. Yeah, I think I got that down. So we got... He's born in Holland, October 24th, 1632. His father was a basket maker who died when he was 5 years old. His mother came from a well-to-do brewer's family. When he was 10, I'll just quickly go through a bit of the early life. He went to go live with his uncle when he was 10. At the age of 16, he became a bookkeeper's apprentice. In 1654, he married his wife. He had one daughter. 4 died in infancy. He opened a shop selling linen, yarn, and ribbon to tailors, and he grew in status there. In 1660,
this is sounding incredibly boring.
Yeah. I just want to get through this because I will get to the point once we get there, right? So in 1660, he received a lucrative job as a Chamberlain's sheriff in the city hall, a position which he held for 40 years. So, he's basically involved in maintaining the building, the heating, the cleaning, make sure meetings are going to plan, all that sort of stuff. He's appointed to the Court of Holland. He gets the official job as the wine gauger, which is in charge of the import and taxation of wine. His wife dies in 1666, and in 1671 he remarries his new wife.
Okay, he waited a respectful 4 years.
So at this age, so where we're going to stop this is he's now 42 years old at this point.
Yes.
Okay, so he's sort of a bit of a successful business owner. Got a bit of a shop selling linen and yarn and ribbon and all that sort of stuff, and works for the city. Pretty good job. Okay, but he's 42 years old.
2 jobs.
Yeah, he seems to have 2 jobs. Seems to own the business, and he's gone off and doing this other job as well.
Not bad.
Not bad. But at 42 years old, his life changes because he does something that no one has ever done before at this time. I want you to try and guess what you think it is.
He makes the first... I don't know what they're called. Like this sex dolls. Makes the first one of those. It's made of like straw and leather, maybe.
No, it's not a sex doll. What constitutes a sex doll?
Horse with a donkey.
What constitutes
the first horse?
No,
I guess I don't know.
What constitutes a sex doll? Because at some point, surely there was a caveman who had a bit of wood and he carved a hole in it, did things to the piece of wood. Does that piece of wood count as a sex doll?
What would be interesting is to ask the church whether, so obviously because the soul inhabits the body, and then when the soul leaves the body at the end of life, that it's, then that body is just an object, right?
Yeah.
And so can a dead body be a sex doll? So in the same category.
That's not what he did.
These are the questions that we should be asking. Maybe he bred the first horse with a donkey to create a mule.
No, that's not what he did. No.
They're sterile.
All right, we'll keep going.
I'm guessing it's got something to do with pigeons.
No, nothing to do with pigeons. No, pigeons is the next podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, pigeons, there's no pigeons in this story.
Okay.
Something to do with
okay.
pigeons.
I was getting excited.
So while running his shop, he wanted to see the quality of thread better. So he started experimenting and getting an interest in lens making.
Okay.
Okay, so he made this lens. I've got a description of how we make this lens. So he places a small rod in sodium lime glass in a hot flame and pulls the hot section apart to create two whiskers of glass. Then reinserting the end of the whisker into the flame, he's able to create a high quality lens.
Okay. A lens, yeah.
Okay. He keeps his methods completely confidential.
Very smart.
Tells no one, makes up fake ways of how he's actually doing it.
Oh, that's even smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So he shows his friend, a physician, Renard de Graaf. And de Graaf wrote to the Royal Society in England to say, hey, my friend has this microscope that's fantastic. It's the best microscope I've ever seen.
Do glasses exist at this particular point in time?
Yes.
Okay, so glasses exist. The telescope exists, but not the microscope.
Yes, so we're working on a microscope thing. I believe the answer is it's able to go 275 times.
Okay, pretty good. I'm imagining, you know how like they used to make things out of, you know, animal products and stuff that they had. So obviously he's making this glass. But I can imagine like, so it's just a bunch of lenses inside like a sheep's intestine or something. You gotta like, you can only do it looking down, like directly down. Otherwise it sort of bends. And
yeah, I didn't go much. You know, I don't go into the science of these things.
No, I think they've got metal and wood and stuff, so it's probably inside something, a cylinder of sorts.
So, our guy, what do we call him? Go back to the pronunciation. Leeuwenhoek.
Oh, did you do like a phonetic?
Yeah, I did the phonetic thing and everything
spelling.
this time. Look at me go. Yeah, of course I did. It's spelled, just for our people at home, it's spelled Leuwenhoek.
Okay. Leeuwenhoek?
No, it's Leeuwenhoek.
What? Oh, Leeuwenhoek.
It's Dutch.
When you start spelling,
It's Dutch.
like I get a few letters here and there, and I can't remember the rest.
Well, there's people out there that might be interested. Who knows? There might be one person at least. So where were we? So I've told the Royal Society he's got this amazing microscope is what he's got. He doesn't know what he's got, but he's got a microscope.
What a fucking boring like reason. He's not like, oh, I'm going to cure cancer or something. He's just like, I'd like to get a closer look at this thread. like what a boring ass reason to like create the microscope.
Great, the greatest microscope, which he's refusing to share his scientific knowledge with everybody else. Okay,
it's a competitive market, the fabrics market.
And when he looks through it, he's made an amazing discovery, Ron. He's determined that there's moving objects observed under his microscope. There's little animals down there, Ron.
Little animals.
Little animals.
Didn't the philosophers have like a similar thought?
They had the idea. They had the concept.
Yeah.
There is past people who had this idea that, hey, maybe there is small things at work.
Maybe a horse is made up of tiny little horses. A man is made up of tiny little men. So like the Colby cheese ad with the little man who opens the fridge, you know. Your friend in the fridge. Do you remember that guy? Colby cheese ad. He like turns the lights on in the fridge for you, and that's how the light turns on.
Little animals. Just little animals.
Yes.
There could be little pigeons down there, I guess. There's just little animals down there.
It'd be interesting if yeah, like say a horse is made up of tiny little pigeons. That'd be very confusing.
It would be. So he began to diligently search for his, what he called animalcules.
Oh, I swear I've heard this before. Yeah. I've heard that. I'm pretty sure that word. Yeah.
He found them obviously everywhere. They're in water, ditches. He found them in his own teeth.
He's coming. He's coming in that thing. 100%. I produce animalcules.
And this is where this whole story is leading, Ron. You've cracked the case. This is where this whole story is leading. What do you got to look at, Ron? You got to look at your own jizz, all right? You've got to look at it. But it seems to have taken him, according to this, all right, here's the story, all right? He doesn't look at this straight away. A man by the name of John Ham, a medical student, comes to visit him in 1677. So he hasn't looked at his own cum for at least 4 years.
Well, he's got a new wife, so he's just dumping loads in her.
He does. So Ham bought ejaculate from a gonorrhea sufferer to examine under the lens.
Why not his own? or a close friend.
So,
why start with that? Wouldn't you want to see like normal first?
well, it wasn't even him. It wasn't even his idea. This other guy from the medical thing's like, I got this guy with gonorrhea. Can you look at this jizz for me?
Yeah.
Okay. And surprise, surprise.
I have a perfect ad for this episode.
Surprise, surprise. He found sperm. Magical sperm.
Damn. And he
hang on. I've got the quote.
Disease though.
No. I've got the quote. I observed the great wonder, a vast number of animalcules swimming like snakes, their very motion very prettily. Yes, prettily. I don't know how that's a word.
Prettily.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Well, it's obviously quoted.
So, but they don't live for very long. So he's got this fresh.
You must have.
Yeah, it's like I don't think they'd even live for like 12 hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
So he is the discoverer of sperm. He then
crazy.
obviously has a look at it. He then decides being the first ever human to see this. Like, he's the first person to ever see a sperm. From there, he decided to look at the sperm of dogs, frogs, rabbits, insects, and more. So now we're just looking at all the sperm. Ron, I've lost you.
Oh, I'm just trying to work out how long sperm lives for. Deposited inside the female reproductive tract can live for up to 5 days. Takes 74 days for a sperm to fully mature. What I want to know is out in the wild. What does it live for? Once it's no longer in captivity. Oh, here we go. Outside of the body can live up to an hour at room temperature, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so we're talking, yeah. So he's got it pretty fresh then.
Must have got it pretty fresh. All right. So yeah, like we said, first ever see this, and you missed the fact where he decided to get dog, frog, rabbit, insect sperm, and more. Study them all. Same thing. Little snake-like creatures in all of it.
There you go. Animalcules.
He never really tried to figure it out. Like, he wasn't really like, holy shit, I've just made this giant breakthrough in how animals reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, oh, look, it's got a tail, it's got a head, it's got a... and just documented what he saw. So at the time, there was a lot of scientific theory going on about how does this all work. Back to your actual crazy stories, there were thoughts that it was just little people going inside the woman and then growing into a person. No one knows. But this is obviously a giant breakthrough in the scientific community to be like, no, there's little things and they're in all animals.
Yeah.
So it's sort of
interesting that they all look the same.
well,
Quite
I think
interesting.
yeah. I think they're a bit different, aren't they? Like I think they're all relatively the same. They're all sort of like
Oh, I'm
I
sure
thought they
they're
were
all
like I
different
thought they were
sizes
slightly
and
different.
stuff.
So obviously this was a very
I've
touchy
always
subject as well.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
Okay.
on.
Yeah. We're still going. We're still going. We're still
I've
going.
always this is extremely unethical. just to start, extremely unethical. But I've always been curious what would happen. Is how they can artificially inseminate an egg?
Yeah.
Like so often, sperm they can be like just a head, or like have two tails, or like they have all sorts of abnormalities, right? And those they won't. They're not they're not a sleek design, so they're not going to win the race. But I've always wondered what would happen if you injected one of those into an egg, whether they have enough DNA or whatever they need to be able to produce a baby that doesn't have let's just say doesn't have disabilities.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
It was always broken. I thought it was always broken DNA. That's what I was always told. You needed both to fix broken DNA because some people are just damaged.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So it's the physical formation of the sperm, I wouldn't think would actually affect the DNA that was in it.
Yeah.
Right, in the same way that somebody who is missing a leg still has the DNA as if they had a leg, right?
Yeah. I guess.
Anyway, that's a theoretical experiment for people to run at home.
Yeah. Now,
Thought experiment.
I'll give you a list of things we looked at before we looked at sperm.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I don't understand. So we've got so he just started conducting experiments on himself, started looking at his own blood. He was the first to discover that there were red blood cells.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just got this
and
microscope.
White, but couldn't see the white.
Sorry?
Do you know what is interesting? So back at uni I did this assignment, whatever, we were trying to build life systems for a fucking analog Mars research station, and so we were looking at reverse osmosis for the water recycling, and red blood cells, on the scale of small things, are actually very large, so you filter them out of water quite easily, and then pesticides are tiny, so you can't filter them out. That's why they're kind of so dangerous. If they get into the water supply, there's really nothing you can kind of do about them because they're just so small. You can't use a filter to get rid of them. But I thought it was interesting because you think of red blood cells as being pretty tiny, but they're actually in that small world, not that small.
That's actually the first helpful, in-depth, thought-out fact you've ever given me. And that was actually that's probably why he recognized red blood cells first.
Yeah,
that was actually great knowledge there.
Normally, I just feel do you think you can fuck a red blood cell? if you got shrunk down to a small size, yeah. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah, so he's looking at all parts of the body, looking at salts, parts of animals, studied rainwater, orange seeds, looked at sheep parts, all sorts of... We got... Well, I'm not going to keep going. Eyes of whales, blood from fish, skin from elephants.
Dude,
He's looking at everything.
Eye of a whale. That's crazy. What? The skin from an elephant. This guy has some access to some interesting textiles.
Considering he's a massive homebody, he refuses to leave the whole time. He doesn't really go anywhere. A lot of signs of this time of traveling.
Elephant.
I don't know. He's getting it all in.
Fucking whale eye.
So he discovers bacteria. For all intents and purposes,
which is the little animals that he was seeing everywhere.
Yeah. If that wasn't already obvious too. our listeners. That's what he's seeing. These little animals are bacteria and that sort of stuff. He loves these little animals.
Yeah, you
Right.
fucking idiots. Don't be so rude. Don't be so rude to our listeners. Of course they'd already figured that out.
So we're going to go to the Royal Society. Do you want to do your ad now? I think we're sort of about halfway.
Yeah, now's a good time, I think, because I feel like we're going to move on to a different topic. So yeah. If you want to advertise with History Squirt, email us at historysquirt.podcast@gmail.com, or if you want to hear anything about any particular part of history or story from history, email us there as well. Okay, and now ad for this week. Surrender to the vessel. Invite the flood. In ancient traditions, those chosen to receive were honoured as sacred ground, a fertile still and open to the will of the sky. Now you too could enter that sacred stillness. Tears of the Devine is not just a pod, it is a devotional chamber, a ritual bath, a transparent temple for the modern supplicant. Lie beneath the pleasure pod, encased in purified crystal, as the gathered energy of the collective is released above you. Slowly at first, then all at once. As the fluids descend, the penitent remains motionless, trusting the wisdom of the collective and the flow of the grid, whether shared with close friends, extended family, or complete and respectful strangers. Each session is a chance to reconnect through sacred release, a multi-generational offering, a straightforward act of giving, pure plutonic flood of support. Optional enhancements include oils of preparation, the humble towel, and a multi-point discharge grid. This is not indulgence, this is purification. You are not being used, you are being flooded by warm energy. Tears of the Devine. Everyone's straight in the pod. Do you know what the product is? Do you understand the product?
No, I don't. Unless it's something to do with having a bath and being sexually aroused. Just because it's you. Nothing to do with what I actually heard. Just because it's you.
Essentially, it's a sort of it's a crystal pod, see through, right?
Yeah.
And it gives you the chance to experience Bukkake from a distance, right? So you can lie in the pod, and it just sort of the rain comes down. You get to experience it, hear the sounds, just enjoy it. And this is sort of based off a conversation, an ongoing conversation that our friendship group's been having. Yeah, so I guess, like I said, everyone's straight in the pod.
So it's sort of basically a 4D Bukkake experience.
4D?
Well, 4D's always been the ones that, like, have you ever been to, like, one of those 4D movies where it's, like, they'll jump in the water and, like, they spray the whole crowd with water? So it's sort of that.
I mean, it's sort of like we'll let the sounds and scents in, but not the jizz. It's sort of like, imagine like
it's got a smell, but it's water, but it's like...
Well, no, okay. No. The jizz is real.
Oh, the jizz is
there
real,
are people coming on. Imagine like a glass bottom boat where you're going to view the ocean floor, view the coral reefs, that sort of stuff, tranquil environment. Yeah, that, but it's basically like a glass coffin. You're in the coffin, and so you sort of just get to experience it with none of the mess, I guess.
Like, I don't know how many people you think are doing this voluntarily, but I would feel that they would want it on their face if they were choosing to do this. Unless there's a group of people who are betting and daring each other to do something like this, I'd imagine that the people who want Bukkake, they want it on their face. They want to roll in it.
I don't
the glass
necessarily
is just...
think so. I mean, it's This is sort of for sexual tourists, I suppose, would be the term for them. You know, yeah, like they want half the experience.
This
You know
is
what I mean?
very
Like
much.
they're-
Yeah. This is very much involved in our episode about the collection and looking at sperm, isn't it?
It's almost like fate
It's almost
brought
like
us to this ad.
we both thought what you would want, and this is what we came up with.
So this, I think this could be the culmination of our lives. If we
Our
both
lives.
die tomorrow, we'll kind of know why.
Because we talked too much about cum.
Okay. All right. So it's a yes or no. Are you going to invest in the cum coffin?
No, I'm not. I feel like
Okay.
your customers want this. I would have thought you would like invest in some sort of sperm donation system where it goes into an automatic thing where someone could go into a room and get multiple jizzes shot at them for money.
Oh, just like no. Imagine that if you were like so into the experience that you were just I love it, but I just want it to be faster. And so like
Yeah.
you go into a booth and it's like, you know how you like a decontamination chamber where they like
Yeah.
spray you with, you know, water or whatever else, antibacterial stuff. It's just that, but just cum. So it all happens in like a minute.
Also, where are all these volunteers coming for? You're just making it known that like
Oh,
everyone's
people
just
just love
keen.
it.
People
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to do this.
They just do it for the love of the game.
They just want to do it.
Yeah, just volunteers.
Well, I don't think you're going to get that many volunteers. That was my other concern.
Nah, we'll get
I
heaps.
seem to think there's an endless
worry.
amount of
Don't-
people that
don't
just
worry
want
about
to choose in something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the volunteers, buddy. We'll get them.
We'll get them. All right, good luck.
Back,
Uh,
back to the episode.
We're still talking about jizz. All right, so the Royal Society. Have we talked about the Royal Society before?
No.
We have, because we mentioned, I'm pretty sure our Haley's Comet guy was in
Freemason
there.
type.
The Haley's Comet guy.
Freemason type society
he was a
or
member.
different?
It's pretty Freemasony. Like Isaac Newton's is one of like the long-time leaders, and he was in that Da Vinci Code movie. Remember? As like he was the leader of the. He was the
secret
leader of
code
the.
is Apple, and it's really dumb.
Yeah, but that's because it's bloody. Because Newton
Yeah, but
was
the
the
clue
leader,
is,
or whatever
like,
it was.
so
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah. It's the whole thing's stupid. All right. I'm just saying that, like, if you're talking about, like, if it's part of a secret conspiracy under the ground, well, yeah, Sir Isaac Newton was a part of it. All the people they always talk about were generally part of the Royal Society.
I got the Da Vinci Code from like a thrift store, and I was like, oh, I'll read this, and then I don't know, I just ended up not, and we were moving, so I took it back to like another thrift, like a used bookstore, and they refused to take it.
All right, so he's captured the attention of the Royal Society because obviously he's making a lot of claims about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
At first, they've
Big
been
claims.
reluctant. They've been a bit reluctant to, publish his stuff, and they wanted to be more confident in his work. He refused to work with anyone, and he just kept writing them letters. He wrote 190 letters to the Royal Society
He wrote.
at this stage. Yeah, he's just writing letters to them
Tell
about
them
what
to
he's
get
seeing.
fucked.
No,
I see.
telling them. No, he's just telling them that. Oh, look! I looked through my microscope. I looked at this, and this is what I saw.
This is like bragging. He's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, don't you wish you had a microscope like this?
Literally,
That's what I saw
yes.
yesterday.
He's literally, there is that, because like all the top guys, getting a better and better microscope is very sort of a big deal at the time.
Yes.
Everyone's trying to see more. Obviously his credibility was questioned. And they didn't believe that they didn't believe in the existence of the microscopic single-celled organism.
Yeah, well, without pictures or anything, you just seem like
Yeah.
a fucking lunatic.
And he refuses to send them. He refuses to send them their work. So eventually, they arrange for the minister of the English Reform, another guy who's from the ministry, a Lutheran ministry. They get Sir Robert Gordon and 4 others to go and determine whether this is all true. And they look through his microscope, and sure enough, they see all the stuff. So they fully acknowledge him and make him a member.
How could they be sure it wasn't like a kaleidoscope or something? You know, like a sort of... It was showing them a fictitious vision.
They've probably got their own microscopes. It's probably like they could see enough to be like, yeah, this is not faking it. Like, they're not... like,
I don't know if we can say that on the podcast. I'll have to go and find that. 33 minutes, 20 seconds.
But legitimately, like, I said they weren't. I don't know why that's bad.
I don't know why that's bad. That's worse. That's worse than just saying.
Okay, so
anyway. God, I don't know why that's bad. They weren't. Oh, dude, you're a wild person.
Well, so like they're obviously like these are all top scientists are all going to his house. I find this like crazy that like they go into like this guy who owns a linen shop, who's like, I can see all this shit, and like top scientists from England are coming over, seeing this and going, holy shit, he's right.
Yep.
And then him refusing to share any of his telescopes or technology with them.
Still.
Yeah. Refuses. He never does. He never gives in.
Tell me
he never gives in.
I'll share it.
Well, like, he can just do whatever he wants. He's got a monopoly on, like, looking through microscopes.
On really close. A monopoly on looking through. I was going to say he's got a monopoly on close sight or something. Yes, he does.
So he becomes a member of the Royal Society in 1680, considered as a huge honour, but he doesn't travel anywhere, so he never even went to London, went to their buildings or anything like that.
Apparently the guys from Outback Steakhouse have like never been to Australia. And they've had the opportunity to go and stuff, and they're just like, nah, fuck that. They're just like a bunch of like Floridians, people from Florida, and they just like, yeah, they've never been.
Yeah,
They don't fucking know.
So there were many people who would just come and visit him in his shop just to look at these little tiny creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So like we've got, I didn't even copy the list because it was so long. Lots of people are coming to see the little creatures. This is very fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
We got kings, nobles, anyone who can travels to go look at the little creatures.
Yeah, and they're paying and stuff probably. So yeah, why would you give that up?
Yep. And as we talked about, he keeps the microscope technology all to himself. And in 1957, someone figures out how he did it.
Okay.
So it took someone
just by chance or whatever, or like
no, someone was trying to figure out how he did it, and they figured it out.
No, I know, but like they didn't. Well, they had no idea really. So it's like I think a
different method came over the top that was better than his method, and yeah. Now he did another thing, which we're going back to the calm. Now, when he sent all these letters back, he sent, I think by the end of his life, it was like 560 letters. He never writes a book. He never writes a scientific piece. He's not a scientist. He's barely literate, but what he's given to the Royal Society is just these letters about what he's done. Now, it starts a scientific practice where people replicate experiments. So because they were so cynical of what he was doing, his letters actually became a precursor to the whole, well, what we do is we go to different scientific things, we repeat the experiment and go, oh yeah, look. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So did you know that science currently actually has a replication issue? in that like lots of the studies that have been done, they claim, something that they're having troubles replicating like many studies. So they really can't like sort of validate that many of the previous
that's
findings.
The thing. Yeah,
it's a big one at the moment in science.
Well,
I
if
believe.
you can't replicate it, it's not really fact, is it? You haven't really proved it.
Well, then you go and do like a meta study, which is like that you just look at a bunch of different studies and you like come up with a conclusion from that. And it's like, well, if none of those studies that you looked at are replicatable, then they're all invalid. And then you're saying, oh, well, the body of knowledge is saying X, but you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
But I'm confused about how he does this. So they say that they're now looking through their own microscopes at this stuff, but they don't have microscopes as good as his. But somehow they're like going, yeah, that's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know how that works. But I looked into it a little bit.
They can see enough to kind.
I guess they can see more. They
suppose.
can't see as much as he can, but they can see that like, he's probably not telling. He's probably telling the
I
truth.
see some stuff moving around, but not clearly. Yeah. I don't know.
So one of these experiments they had to replicate was the old jizz experiment. All right.
Yep.
So in a meeting of the Royal Society of the highest men in science, it is believed that they ejaculated or got ejaculant from somewhere, put it under their microscopes, and proved his theory.
Calling it ejaculant is very funny. Okay, from a sufferer of gonorrhea.
No, I think they got jizz and looked at it themselves in the middle of the scientific hall. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, there is little snaky things swimming in it. Obviously,
Jeffrey just duck out into this room out the back. Duck into the janitor's closet for a minute. Get it done.
Yeah. Alright, so...
I believe the experiment said that actually another man beat him off. That's part of the experiment.
It says that, like, his letters were very chaotic when he wrote them. They're all just like, this is what I'm looking at. He didn't really do any... We talked about that before. He didn't really do any... Like, even though he's considered the discoverer of sperm and how it worked and the discoverer of bacteria, he really didn't know anything about it. He really just looked at it and told you what was going on. He's like, look at this shit.
Just a layman. Just some guy looking at fucking...
Who happened to invent the first person to invent a microscope that could see semen, blood, bacteria, everything else. He continued letters up until his last days. He was dying of an illness, which was a rare illness, and he continually studied it because he was looking at it through the microscope. And this would be this disease would be known as it's his disease. It's Leeuwenhoek's disease.
Okay.
So the disease he died of is named after him because he discovered it.
Like Lou Gehrig's disease.
Lived to the age of 90 though.
Oh, that's pretty.
Died 1723.
Not a bad disease to have then.
It's a great run, isn't it? He was the first with the power to see, and the first to ever think of looking that deep. He's the father of microbiology.
The father of microbiology.
The father of microbiology. He's the first to see it. Like this guy who's just... Well, what do we say? He wanted to look at fibers. And then he's like, there's little animals in there.
What a weirdo. Yeah, I just want to get closer to my fibers. If I can just be closer to my fibers, then the world will be okay.
I had a deep thought in my mind, because I've just turned 37, if you weren't aware. And to be like, really, he's just a normal guy working a normal job until the age of 42 when he sort of figures out that he's looking at all this stuff that no one else is.
Yeah, and you want to be special for a while. First time you've felt special.
Well, it's just like you're now the father of microbiology. Like you went from Local
Pretty
business
cool.
owner to father of microbiology,
Mm-hmm.
discoverer of sperm.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Do you reckon he was wearing like lacy stuff while he was kind of looking through the microscope?
I think he just
Sort
looked
of
at everything.
like lacy negligees. No, but do you think he was wearing? What do you think he was wearing?
I don't know. Do you want it to be something sexy? Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah. So I said a lacy negligee. But I don't think that you know what a negligee is.
Not really.
No, maybe just a pair of undies and some nipple tassels. Something like
Nipple
that.
tassels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Seems
got a
like
linen
pretty cool,
shop.
dude. I like the I do like the like stubbornness.
It just refused to
Like that
share it
rules.
ever.
Yeah, it's just like fuck you guys. Yeah, it's like it'd be so helpful to so many people. He's just like, no, I like my little home microscope. I like that I'm the only one who has access to this.
Yeah. And no one ever figures out in his lifetime how to beat it.
No, that's
Or maybe
pretty
they
awesome.
did, I don't know. I don't actually know
Being
that.
an asshole.
Just being an asshole.
Being an asshole is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, but if you just
I wish I
start,
had the courage.
you're just like, oh, look at this. Oh, there's stuff all over this. Tell everybody there's stuff all over this stuff. Like, yeah, you can just,
Oh yeah,
you can
no,
just
like
keep going for life.
writing to this science group who like wanted that desperately is very funny. It's just like very antagonistic.
I think we skipped over it before, but there's when his
I'm
mate, like, his
imagining-
mate was taunting them.
I'm
Like,
imagining,
yeah.
I'm imagining him just being like, you know, if Borat existed, he definitely would have been like, "You never get this." 100%.
I think he mentions it, like, the whole thing starts because that, what was his name? De Goff or whatever it was. His mate was like,
Yeah.
you think your telescopes are good. I got this mate who's got this telescope, like this fucking microscope. It's ridiculous. Like, you guys got no idea. That's where it all started, because they were like, yeah, we've got this one, and he's like, no, yours is shit. This dude's got this way better one. So
Yeah. That is also pretty cool. It's the hype man. Be sick if he was just making it up. He just had a really good imagination. He's writing them all these letters. He's like, oh, now I'm seeing this and all this shit. It just comes out at the end of the day that's just like none of it's true. It all just happens to be true.
yeah, I just,
By
he
coincidence.
just guessed it.
Yeah, he just guessed it all.
I don't think you could see them that well. He mentions the fact that, like, he's just like, they move like animals. I think he's sort of like, so I don't know how, like,
Yeah, it's probably a little blurry.
you don't know
Well,
how,
like,
like,
what are they looking at him now? Like 1,500 times.
I don't know.
Like a lot.
That's
a lot more than 270 or whatever it was.
that's a science
60,
question.
You said.
275, I think it was.
Yeah. A lot more than that, I imagine.
Not more
You
than
got
that.
electron microscopes and shit like that.
But 275, for anyone out there, that's how you see jizz. That's enough to get there.
You can just spray it straight in the eye. That'll help you see it.
And if you want a protection in while you're in the room while someone's looking at their own jizz, refer back to our ad. They've got a website. You can get a shield. Be quite helpful. Maybe that's.
They don't have a website. I've been considering making websites for a couple of them, just like a landing page, but it's a lot of effort.
It is a lot of effort.
I'll probably do one. I'll need to wait for like.
Surely
the
you just
best
do.
one.
Surely you just do one site and sell everything on that site.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Surely you just do that.
Yeah. I figure. Yeah, we'll just make T-shirts for each of the companies with their slogan. That's it. No actual product.
Fair enough.
Gotta GoFundMe.
Let's do it. See you next week.
Bye-bye. History Squirt.